Reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns are used when the action is received by the same person who is the subject. In other words, when the subject and the object are the same. In these cases, reflexive pronouns can be used as direct objects or indirect objects. Direct objects receive the action. Indirect objects are affected by the action in some way. Some of the most common transitive verbs that use reflexive pronouns are teach, cut, help, entertain, introduce, blame, and prepare. Examples: I couldn't help myself. I just started to laugh. You shouldn't blame yourself. It was nobody's fault. We bought ourselves a snack because we were starving. We rarely use reflexive nouns with verbs that people typically do themselves, unless it is meant to emphasize the action as part of extraordinary circumstances. Examples: he got dressed. He dressed himself despite having a broken arm. Like subject pronouns, there are singular and plural reflexive pronouns. Singular: I, myself. You, yourself. He, himself. She, herself. It, itself. Plural: we, ourselves. They, themselves. To form a singular reflexive pronoun, begin the subject pronoun, determine the possessive pronoun version of this, and add self. His and its are exceptions. In the case of he, the object pronoun is used instead. This helps avoid repeating a final S sound with an initial S sound of self. Similarly, its ends in S, so the final sound is taken off to be it before self is added. Singular: I, myself. You, yourself. He, himself. Note, his self is not a word. She, herself. It, itself. Singular: I'm going to make myself a nice cup of tea. Treat yourself. My son can tie his shoes all by himself. This is bigger than life itself. To form a plural reflexive pronoun, begin with the subject pronoun. Determine the possessive pronoun version of this, and add selves. Themselves is a bit of an exception as well as the object pronoun. Them is used rather than the possessive pronoun there. Plural: we, ourselves. They, themselves. Examples: let's be honest with ourselves. We lost the game because we didn't play well. They built their house by themselves. Example sentences: the light turned on by itself. It Example sentences: the light turned on by itself. It may be haunted here. She worked hard all day, so she gave herself a break and ordered food instead of cooking. I taught myself to never give up, even when I want to. We cleaned the house by ourselves instead of hiring help. They had themselves a nice picnic by the river.